Okay, I admit it. I was wrong. I was wrong about WoW. If you watched my previous video, you would know the entire reason I even started playing WoW was because I thought it would be funny to make a series of me doing my best Leroy Jenkins impersonation and causing raids / groups to wipe constantly. You know, just being a dickhead just to be funny. But then I actually started playing the game. The entire time I was leveling, I didn't care for it. I hate that the world is scaled to your level. I understand it, most probably prefer it. I personally hate it. One of the very, very few things I liked about WoW back when I played 2006, 2007-ish was out-leveling areas, moving on to the next. I liked that type of progression. That was a progression I just thoroughly enjoyed. Leveling feels completely irrelevant to me now. And the only progression felt strictly like it was just gearing. That was it. But fortunately, leveling is a quick fucker. Takes a few days, you're done, you hit 70. Doesn't take long at all. I've always called people stupid when they say, this game doesn't start until you hit max level. You just been playing the tutorial. I still stand by that's a retarded thing to say. But it's kind of true with retail WoW. It's retarded, but it's true. The game basically fundamentally changes when you hit max level. Changing so drastically, it's damn near a different game entirely. I'm kind of just going to do somewhat of a review with this. I'm going to go over what I typically do in WoW on a day-to-day basis. What I like, what I don't like, but I'm strictly going to cover max level only. I'm not going to talk about leveling at all. And you need to take almost everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not an end game player. I'm not pushing high keys. I'm incredibly casual. I'm casual as fuck. I have tried to explain to people just how casual I am. And I say I'm the casual of all casuals. There is no casual more casual than me. When you look up the word casual, you find HeyLady. I am the casual. I'm not a great player. Hell, I'm probably a shit player, actually. I'm currently item level 475, and I'm just generally running keys in the 16 to 20 range. Mainly because I'm strictly doing LFR, and people are really stupid in pug groups, and that absolutely includes myself 100%. I did join a guild, but it's hard to really call it a guild. It's just a bunch of random people like myself. Random ass people running LFR over and over again. Very limited group guild content going on there. Certainly no high-end game stuff. Very little of that. So let's start with LFR. Now, I will say this. LFR definitely feels like it has thrashed the community a bit. It feels significantly less social back in the classic days. And I don't think people would dispute that. Maybe some weirdos would. But to that I say, boo fucking who. LFR is better. It is. LFR is better. It's just better. It makes Mythic Plus running so easy.
It's so easy a caveman could do it.
That was terrible. But it's true. And to make it even better, get the pre-made groups filter add-on. That shit is a godsend. Now my mythic score is like 2300-ish, and I pretty much just sit for about 10 minutes spamming invites to every single 16 to 20 key there is, getting declined about 98% of the time, which is reasonable since I'm pretty shit. But you know, keys just keep popping up, so you just keep spamming invite over and over again until some dumb fucker's like, hey, I'll let this guy join. LFR is amazing. Pre-made groups filter is amazing. Get it. Mythic plus Dungeons. This is basically all I do. That's basically it. That's all I do. I really enjoy dungeon running in this game. But there's one thing I passionately fucking despise, and that is the fucking affixes. Oh my god, fuck you, Blizzard, for some of these things. Jesus, they're so fucking irritating. We just got over the bursting affix week, and I fucking wanted to string my testicles together and fucking tie them on a goddamn noose and hang them because of how irritating and obnoxious that is. Oh god, I hated every second of every fucking dungeon I ran during bursting. Now, I'm not particularly good at this game, so obviously I'm DPS because DPS is for the retards, because everybody can do it. Bursting required way too much precision, especially in the way you take out mobs kind of one at a time. You really gotta know what you're doing with bursting as a DPS. I can't even imagine how miserable it is for healers. That just sounds terrible. Now, there are some affixes that I don't mind that people seem to hate, like tyrannical. They're just percent health damage increases. I'm completely fine with those, but things like bursting, bolstering, fuck off, I hate you. There are also some like mildly irritating ones like spiteful, where as a demon hunter I need to quickly imprison the mob that rises up. Now, I play with a controller, so targeting is really difficult. Yes, you heard that right. I play with a controller, not mouse and keyboard, and I'm going to show you why. You'll understand. That is a giant hole in my titty. See that? I've got a hole in my boob. Now, what that means is holding a mouse is fucking excruciating pain for me. At times I can do about 5 minutes and then I just want to curl up and cry. Does not feel good, but you would actually be a bit shocked how effective a controller is in this game. Blizzard actually really nailed the controller support. It's not bad at all. But the most important thing about the controller, yes, you would be shocked at how effective it is, but most importantly, I can do this. Game fucking changing. No one spins like me. I am the motherfucking spin master. At any rate, spins and controllers aside, back to Mythic Dungeons. The dungeons are a lot of fun. I just genuinely enjoy learning the mechanics of each and every individual boss across the multitude of dungeons. And the higher keys you push, the more intense each dungeon gets. I'm enjoying being a demon hunter and constantly dashing and vengeful retreating too far, pulling excessive amounts of mobs, getting everybody in the group killed. It's fucking hilarious and reminds me of exactly why I even started playing this game in the first place. It's hilarious. As far as raids go, I honestly don't have that much to say about them. I just haven't done that many. When I first started out, I was running the normal raids in LFR, constantly trying to get some decent gear. But as of today, I've literally only run one single heroic raid. I did manage to get the Agira's Flaying Hatchet from it, so that was QQ. But that was it. And in total, I've probably done 30 or so raids. And it's been 2 weeks since I've even done one. In that 30 or so raids, I think I got 2 items total. My loot rolls were like, I'd get either a 1 or a fucking 17. I think 23 was the highest I ever rolled. Some just gay shit like that. So I kind of just said, fuck off, I'm not getting anything doing these. But that aside, what I will say about the raids though, or at least in Dragonflight, they're so disappointing. I just outright don't find a Mirdrassil any fun. The mechanics are boring. The higher difficulties, I don't know, they seem overly punishing, but I haven't really done them enough. Not necessarily that it was even that hard, but you know, you're in a group with a lot of people. A lot of people are going to fuck up, and it's going to make it unnecessarily difficult. I think I even just read that only 100 mythic Fyrax have been taken down, whereas Abris at this time cycle, there was 3 or 4 times as many. It's like people seem to be raiding less and less. I don't have any hard numbers or data for that. It's just what I've heard from guys like Asmon Gold. But that guy watches Hassan Piker, so he's obviously a bit retarded. And you probably shouldn't believe everything he says, obviously, for that reason. Maybe this month, now that my character is geared pretty well, I'll start running some mythic or heroic raids. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me, are you guys enjoying the raid in Dragonflight? Is it just me? Have I just not given it a fair enough chance? Because I'm not enjoying it. I don't think it's a fun raid. I think the bosses are lame. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Now, PvP is probably the next big thing, but it kind of feels like an afterthought in this game. I kind of get that vibe from it, and I find that a bit of a shame. Some of the Battlegrounds, especially certain epic ones, they hardly even feel like a PvP match at all. I can't fucking stand Ashran. Oh, it's so dumb. People just sprint to one end as fast as possible, kill the boss, game over. And the 20 or 30 times I've done Ashran, one single time did it actually become a big player versus player battle. Every other time it was a 3 to 4 minute sprint, game over. It's stupid. And doing PvP in pugs, because I'm a solo player, can be wildly fucking frustrating. Now, I'm not good, so when I tell you other people are retarded, that's got some weight to it. Because as a retard myself, I'm telling you other people are fucking retarded. Oh my god. People are really bad PvP. I'm telling you, man. And to top that off, every like 4 or 5 matches, you get thrown in against a full PvP group, so you just end up getting spawn killed for 15 minutes while they just fucking farm the shit out of you. And then class balancing, don't even get me started on that. That shit's completely and utterly non-existent. Bear Druids, I've clocked it. It takes up to 11 days to kill a fucking Bear Druid with 120 players bursting it down. 11 days, that's how long it takes. Subtlety Rogues, they'll fucking kill you before you even push a goddamn button. Ret Paladins, just, fuck you. But I'm a Havoc Demon Hunter, so I just fucking wreck everything anyway. It's actually kind of unfair how Havoc just kind of rolls in and just AoE spams everything to death. So I probably shouldn't bitch about PvP balancing as a Havoc AoE. But still, like PvP, there is no fucking balance in that at all. What's your guys' take on Honor/Conquest gear? Because this is mine. I see a lot of people complain about how Conquest gear is too overpowered. It's bullshit. It defeats the purpose of PvP. That's not something I agree with. The entire purpose of WoW is, to gear your characters, to progress your character. What the fuck would be the point of gearing your character if you didn't have that power disparity, that gear power in PvP? That's the whole fucking point. You get your character better and you use it. I don't see PvP and MMO as equal to like a MOBA or something like that. It doesn't need to be a perfectly balanced playing field. Now classes specifically, there should be an equal balance, but not gear. I don't believe that should be the case. Now, obviously it does cause these shitty matches where you find yourself just fucking getting bent over a barrel and shown to 50 states. And obviously that sucks. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, you're just a bitch, you just want to gear and automatically win. Yeah. That's exactly what I want to fucking do. I want to click a button and I want to win. I don't care how I do it, I want to beat you. Get over it. As much as PvP feels like it's thrown to the wayside in this game, it does have a lot of good options. You have both rated and unrated. Unrated has, the random Battlegrounds, which are 10v10, epic Battlegrounds, which are 40 versus 40. You have Skirmish, which is 2s and 3s. And you have the Blitz Brawl, which is just 10v10 again, but your mounts run like ultra fucking fast. There is another brawl, a 5th one that's like constantly revolving and changing. I have not really done that. I don't really know what's going on with that one. It seems to be interesting, but I'm not sure what the gimmick is there. And then Rated obviously has the solo shuffle, which is 6 players rotating on different teams across 6 rounds. 2s and 3s, 10v10, it's got all that. I'm a solo player, as I've mentioned multiple times, so I've done very, 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 very little Rated. Basically, I have only ever done solo shuffle, and I fucking suck. So I've even done very little of that, too. Not that great at that kind of PvP. Talk about add-ons. Add-ons are a fucking massive necessity. Everyone says to download weak auras and have nameplates turned on. I do not have either of those. I'm not even really entirely sure why nameplates are so important. I get the demand for weak auras. I understand that. I just haven't bothered to for whatever reason. I probably should. What I just do, I just have the LVUE add-on because the stock user interface looks like shit. I have details DPS meter. That is freaking amazing. It's just nice to know what you're doing, you know. Without it, I would be kind of panicking the whole time that I'm not doing enough, even if I was. Then I also have HeyLady, which gets shat on by like the top 1%ers. And if you shit on HeyLady, you're kind of just fucking retarded. Like, just get over yourself. 99.9% of people in this game, if they downloaded HeyLady, they would do more DPS. You just would. Like, you gotta get over yourself. You're not that fucking good at this game. And I know that because I play PvP and I'm shit and I'm not having a hard time. You know, and if somebody as terrible as me is saying that, you know, you need to get over yourself a little bit. Simmer it down. Don't bash something that would make you better at the game. And you know what's like ironic to me is these fucking weirdos bitching one. Oh, it just tells you what to do. Yeah, so does fucking weak auras, you weirdo. My God. If it helps the person, let them fucking use it. HeyLady helps people. It's very good. Now, if you follow it religiously and you don't ever take time to understand the class, yeah, you're kind of fucking stupid. You probably shouldn't do that. You need to figure out how to use HeyLady in conjunction with actually learning the mechanics. If you do that, HeyLady is an incredible tool. And at the very least, 90% of the player base would have a substantial DPS increase. I'm probably undershooting that number a little bit, but I'm trying to be nice. But the most important add-on, bar none, one that I could not live without, is crosshairs. As I mentioned earlier, I play with a controller, so targeting, like I said, is a biatch. Crosshairs does one thing, and one thing only. It puts a crosshair over your target. That's literally it. That's all it does. Now, you're probably thinking, well, LVUE already does that. So why do you have crosshairs? Yes, LVUE does do that, but crosshairs does it better. And in fact, I have it enabled on LVUE too, so I have 2 crosshairs. But technically, crosshairs also puts 4 lines on the screen that kind of help guide you to where exactly the target is too. And, you know, playing retail, wow. It's such a fucking mess. The screen clutter is fucking ridiculous. It's horrible. There's shit everywhere. The screen clutter is just outright fucking stupid. Devs have gone full retard and prioritized cool looking spells and abilities to such a stupid goddamn degree that they forgot there's, you know, a lot of fucking players on screen. Combine all of these fucking weird ass trippy spells, you've got a goddamn acid trip on your screen. It looks ridiculous. You can't see shit. You don't know what's happening. It's nearly impossible to follow anything on the goddamn screen. You can hardly see your target at times. It's just a fucking mess. Crosshairs, I love you. Thank you for making this fucktarded mess of a game slightly more manageable. I appreciate you, Crosshairs. It's good stuff. You need it. That's basically the gist of what I do personally in this game. I just spam Mythic plus Dungeons over and over again. I do a few PvP matches, you know, get the weekly quests, get conquest capped, and I have done some raiding, but also not really. And you're probably noticing something. Dude, you're fucking stupid. You have world quests and tons of other things you're not doing. Tons of solo content. And you didn't even talk about it. Well, yeah, I didn't, because I don't see the point in it. Well, I don't know what the incentive to do them is. And I'm actually kind of asking here, really, because as far as I could tell, it's just like mounts and transmogs and customized looked rewards. Like, why do I give a fuck about that? I don't care about that. What am I missing there? Is there like actual best in slot gear from World Quest? Because I've not seen a single one. Like, there's only one thing I care about, and that's item level. Well, two things, item level and best in slots. I don't care if my mount looks like a horse from Gerard Butler's Beowulf. I don't care if my character's armor looks like fucking Gorn the Lizard Man. I just want to be competent and competitive in both PvE and PvP, and I've not found a single world quest that gives me a best in slot item. Maybe I'm missing something. I obviously haven't taken the time to do it, but I just haven't seen it. And if I am missing something, I'd definitely love to know. Am I? I have also only played Demon Hunter so far. I will probably make a Beastmaster Hunter sometime down the road, but I'm having a hard time convincing myself to do that because I'd lose the ability to do this. The spins are too fucking important. Can't stop, won't stop. Not the most informative or detailed video, I know, but I just kind of wanted to talk about the game. It seems like it's in a spot it's almost contentious between classic and retail players right now. I'm noticing a lot of spite from both sides, and I constantly see classic players talking about how dead the game is. I don't feel like that's the case. It feels quite the opposite, but I am noticing a lack of raiding in the game, and I don't think that's a sign of it being dead though, because there's actually something to do in the game. Whereas classic WoW, that's basically all you did. You just raided. Retail WoW feels like there's a lot of stuff to do, and it's kind of dispersing the crowd into different sections. A lot of people are just doing solo content, world quests, things like that. Really, it just feels like everybody's just spamming Mythic Dungeons over and over again. That's kind of the sense I'm getting. I mean, it's at least what I'm doing. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts?
HeyLady here, and it is time for the Hot Thoughts segment, your favorite part. I tried rewatching him play a bit of WoW. He said we were wrong and that it's actually not that bad. I think he's full of shit. The screen clutter is absurd and it just looks messy. It's awful to watch, it's awful to look at, and it's terribly unfriendly to casual players from the outside perspective. Blizzard, get your shit together. But I think we know that's not going to happen. The higher ups are probably still too busy humping their secretaries and assistants.